This is the brand new SSC Tuatara Aggressor. It's going to be on sale for 3 days starting from the time of this video, and so it's going off sale on Tuesday. You can pick it up if you have $4.598 million in your bank account. So it is selling for a decently expensive price, but you can see in terms of detailing, this car does not disappoint. You have incredibly good exterior detail. All the parts that are carbon. You have even the lizard logo imprinted into the engine in several parts of the car. Even the interior is excellent, so I have to say this definitely does not disappoint. In terms of sound, I personally argue that the SSC Tuatara sounds pretty nice. The startup sound is probably the highlight of it, and the revving sound is also pretty decent. I wouldn't say anything amazing, but it's pretty good for what it is. Now, in terms of acceleration and launch, this SSC Tuatara is pretty average. I say it's kind of satisfactory. It isn't anything amazing. But then when we start talking about top speed, the SSC Tuatara is one of the best cars in the game, able to hit 299 miles per hour stock, which is incredibly good. The braking is satisfactory, and I really like that you get this cool active aero animation. Porsche 918 received a new remesh in this new update, and I have to say it is one of my favorite remeshes by far, because I think this car really deserved one, because the previous model was pretty ugly in my opinion, and the new one that we have now really captures what the 918 is to me. I wouldn't say the interior is amazing, but it's still pretty good, and the exterior is beautiful. So I have to say this is a very good job by Driving Empire. Unfortunately, I can't say the same positive things about the sound for the 918. It really is kind of disappointing because the startup's kind of bad, but in terms of revving, the 918 is not so bad. It sounds pretty good in my opinion. Now, acceleration is where the 918 excels. It has an incredibly fast launch, and the acceleration after that is pretty good. Like, it's off the line crazy, and that's just all-wheel drive and all the horsepower in its engine. So stock, it can top out around 219 miles per hour, which is pretty good, and the braking is really nice. Now we have the brand new Cadillac Escalade, and I have to say that this is probably one of my favorite cars added into Driving Empire, and I really like to see cars like this, just regular civilian cars. They look really cool. Like, the Escalade here is beautiful. The interior captured just like it is in real life. The seats are incredibly nice. They look really good. I have to say this is a job well done once again by Driving Empire. In terms of startup, I would like to say that the Cadillac Escalade sounds hot. It has this really nice crisp texture to it, and I personally like it a lot. Revving too sounds really nice. So in terms of acceleration, the Cadillac Escalade is what you would expect from a full-size SUV, and I'm glad they did not make this incredibly insane. Like, this should be decently slow, and I'm glad that it isn't ludicrously fast once again. So it is still pretty good though for a full-size SUV. It has 8 gears, which is something interesting, and it can top out at 145 miles per hour. The braking is also a bit below average. Once again, what you would expect from a full-size SUV. Now we have the McLaren 600 LT, and unfortunately I can't really comment on what they changed here, because I don't remember what the old 600 LT had. But I'm assuming the main changes happen in the interior and also the explodable parts, because this car now has a really nice interior. It has a multicolor and everything. It looks pretty good. I wouldn't say top tier by any means, because there are still things that could be smoother, but it's still pretty nice. The doors also look really nice in my opinion. Really adds a bit more flavor to the vehicle. To me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of how the 600 LT sounds. That's just me though. You know, it's once again, sound is pretty subjective, but it's pretty decent. It's not amazing in my opinion. In terms of acceleration, the 600 LT is pretty good. It is by no means OP, but it has some pretty solid acceleration, especially for a track car, which is going to come in handy when doing the circuit race. Now, it has 7-hole gears and can top out at 203 miles per hour, and the braking is pretty good. So if I personally had to give an opinion, I would say that Driving Empire knocked it out of the park with this brand new update. We got the SSC Tuatara Aggressor, which in my opinion is an incredibly good car. We last saw the SSC Tuatara, just the regular version, back in Wayford, so to get this is even better. This is an even more extreme, cooler version in my opinion than the standard Tuatara, so I'm really happy to see this in game. And then along with that, we got an absolutely needed rematch for the 918, which in my opinion really upped its game. I'm just happy to see that because I think it deserved a rematch. So we also got the Escalade, which is another absolute banger of a vehicle. In my opinion, something I'm going to probably drive a lot in this game because I like the car a lot. So I had to say that was a pretty good move by driving Empire. So honestly, in my opinion, this is probably I give this like a 9 out of 10. This was a good update overall. Wasn't a massive update, but for what it did things right. So once again, pretty good update, and I hope that Driving Empire can continue to put out updates like this. So if you enjoyed, please drop a like, please subscribe, and join my Discord server if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.